Hi, everybody. Jason Camus, the Executive Director with Sertoma International here, and I am here today with another candidate, Joe Schneider, running for Vice President. And this is just an opportunity for all of our Sertoman family to get to know some of the candidates for office, a little bit more about them so that you can go out and make a vote and know you have some information in doing so. So, Joe, welcome. And why don't you go ahead, just start by introducing yourself, who you are, and what you're, and just a little bit about you.
Okay. I am, as you say, I am Joe Schneider, and I've been around Sertoma since 1969. I've seen everything from the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want to be a part of making this organization even better than what I think it is right now. I got myself back involved a few years ago, and I served 3 years on the board of directors, and I've been off of it, I think, for at least a couple of years. And I just sat there and I thought, I've got a little bit more to offer, so why not throw my hat in the ring to be the vice president of Sertoma?
Excellent. Well, you kind of got my first question there. Why are you running? And you've kind of answered a little bit of that. And why now? Is there anything in particular that you want to see?
No, I just think I have something to offer the people if and when I get to go out and meet with clubs and talk to them and tell them, pat them on the back and make them feel good about themselves. Sometimes I don't think we get enough of that, which I think a lot of people that I've talked to since you've come on board, that you've gone around and you've talked to the people and basically patted them on the back about what a great job they're doing. And I'd like to do that also.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure they would love to hear that. So tell us a little bit about your history in Sertoma, about your history in Sertoma, your club, and maybe your club's history, a little bit about your club as well.
Okay. I actually was recruited, like I said, in 1969 to be a charter member of a German village club in Columbus, Ohio. And I tell everybody that I probably had the most odd experience of being recruited when my now ex-wife's obstetrician was delivering our third child. And he said, "Hey, Joe, have you ever heard of Sertoma?" And I thought, what in the hell is he talking about? And from there on, he invited me to dinner and we built a new club. I ended up being the charter secretary. I was the president of that club. Then I joined the Downtown Sertoma Club, which was probably the first club that Kansas City ever built in Ohio. And I was a member of there until we disbanded in, I think, 19 something or 97, somewhere around there. And I was honored to be elected to be the first second term vice president in the club. And down through the years, I learned an awful lot from an awful lot of good Sertomans about what the organization was and what we did, and got involved with the Columbus Speech and Hearing Center in Columbus. And now we're also the Powell Club and us are involved in the audiology unit at Nationwide Children's Hospital, one of the large hospitals here in Columbus, Ohio. And when the Downtown Club disbanded, we made a $100,000 endowment to their endowment fund, with the understanding that the interest off of that endowment went to pay for for the therapy people. They get their some training each year off of that interest. And so we have another one coming up in May, and it is they always have a really fantastic speaker come to speak on. We just had a retired NBA basketball player whose project is stuttering. So he spoke at that event.
Excellent. Excellent. So tell me, Joe, what do you love about Sertoma?
Well, to put it bluntly, I don't know that there's any one thing that I could put my finger on other than all of the people that I've met down through the years, from one end of this country, from Canada to the tip of Florida to California and to New York, anybody in between. And I count an awful lot of friends that I've made over those years, and a lot of things that I've learned from those people about how to do things.
Excellent. So are there anything, obviously coming into office, people oftentimes have something that they want to see changed or improved. Is there anything in particular that comes to mind for you?
Well, in that position, I understand from having served on the board before that the incoming vice president is in charge of the financial area, and then because I was on that when we went to that club grants during the COVID mess, and I saw a lot of people get money that they wouldn't have ordinarily got, and they were able to do the things that their fundraisers weren't able to take care of. And it's just the idea of being able to listen and find out what people need and try to help them get whatever it is that they're looking for. We've got good clubs, we've got great clubs, we've got small clubs, we've got large clubs. Every one of them has a little bit of a different flavor to it, and I've learned that, if nothing else, over the years. At one point in time, when I was coming in almost as an international director way back when, I was put in charge of something that we called the NCCOLC. It was the North Central Club Officers Leadership Conference. And it was a 2-day affair where presidents, secretaries, treasurers, and everybody came in, and we gave them a whole fistful of training in 2 days' time. And that was one of the highlights of my career prior to being elected international director.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I know one of the things that will be a big part for the new board members coming on will be the strategic planning process that we've kind of started this just this year, looking at how we keep Sertoma around for the next 112 years, and how do we strengthen it from where we're at. So there'll be plenty of work to be done,
right,
for whoever's elected. So I'm sure you've been involved in other things outside of Sertoma. Do you want to share at all about leadership experience you've had outside of Sertoma or with other organizations or in the community?
Well, in all honesty, I've never had the interest to join any of the other things like Kiwanis or Lions or Rotary, and I'm sorry about that. I know you're a Rotarian.
Okay. That's okay.
But, I've known a lot of people in a lot of those things. And I've never felt I wanted to devote everything that I had at that time to Sertoma. And I think that I've done that to the best of my ability down through the years. And I just, I've been a certified trainer back when I think I was in the second class of certified trainers when they brought that project on board. And I had some very good teachers in that. I had David Tate and Tom Herman and Dave Rydell, and I don't know who else, but I enjoyed being a certified trainer, probably because when I was a deputy sheriff, I got the chance to take the driver instructor course for the National Safety Council, and I got the chance to teach people safe driving, teach classes of that. And I was an instructor at the Police Academy in Columbus, Ohio, and down through the years, law enforcement's been my career. Not that I think that it's the greatest thing in the world, but I enjoyed it immensely.
Awesome. So is there anything we've missed today that you'd like to just share with anybody who's watching this?
Well, I think anybody who's watching this who hasn't met me or that I've not met them, I want them to know that I have their best interest at heart. If I become a vice president, eventually become the president, and I just think that it's not that I want to be wearing the mantle of president, but I just think that I want to be the guy that when I walk into the room and they want to talk to me, they have my full attention. Not that I'm looking over their shoulder to see who I think is more important to listen to.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I just have to say thank you for your willingness to throw your hat in the ring. It's not easy. Unfortunately and unfortunately, it's always good when people have choices and we have multiple candidates running. And so that means there's a winner and losers. But the bottom line is it gives members an option and it gives them a choice. And I think that's what's most important. As I say on all of these, I don't have a dog in the fight, no matter who wins, or I will continue to work with. And no matter who loses, my hope is that continues to serve and volunteer and be a part of Sertoma for many years to come. So I wish you the best of luck. And we will know in just a couple short months who will be the new vice president starting July 1st. And thank you once again for your willingness to throw your hat in the ring.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate the time talking to you.